Welcome back to the Football Terrace. Of course, joined by the brilliant Jessica Black. We are here in the wonderful, the brilliant Doha. The sun is shining. And we're here to talk Arsenal. That's why Jess is here with us, of course, donning the Arsenal gear. But first of all, how are you? It's been such a long time since we've had you on the terrace. You've been away. How have things been for you here in Doha?
Hot for everybody listening. No, I think that it's been a good tournament, a lot of upsets, a lot of good moments, a lot of good play. So yeah, I'm enjoying myself here.
Good, I'm glad. I've seen a lot of your content online. You're absolutely killing it, so well done to you.
Thank you.
I want to talk Arsenal. And viewers, normally I start off with a big statement at the beginning of these things, but we know that Gabriel Jesus is going to be out for 3 months, give or take. It might be a bit quicker, might be a bit longer.
Yeah.
He's had a successful operation after the injury that he sustained playing for Brazil. But the big question is, how badly is this going to affect Arsenal season? Because you've got some Gooners who are, that's it, it's over, it's done, it's dusted. And there are other Arsenal fans that are like, well, we'll buy in January, we're going to be okay. Like, what's your thoughts?
Make no mistake. I mean, this is a huge injury, and it is a huge blow for Arsenal because a lot of people, including me, attribute a lot of what we've done so far to Gabriel Jesus and his play. So it is something that I think has rattled most of us, and I would consider it between him and Thomas Partey, the two people you don't want to get injured. But at the same time, I still feel like Arsenal have got to factor in, or Arsenal fans, that if you're going to challenge for a title, you're going to have challenges. And this is one of them. There's no real, teams that go after the title and don't have things like this happen. So if you actually think we're going to win the title, you have to have factored this in. So for me, I think Arsenal still have a really good chance. If it's 3 months and we need to move players around, it's just about the players like Martinelli and Saka stepping up to the plate, and then the club have to do their job and go into the transfer window and bring somebody in. But I'm not ready to throw in the towel because, first of all, do you want the players reading that online, that the fans have already thrown in the towel? Do you know what I mean? Like, that's not a good look, right? You want to feel like, and I don't think the players are going to do it, so the fans need to follow suit. We're in it until we're not.
Listen, I could not agree with you more, and I'll say this to you, and I'm going to say it to the viewers massively out there, especially in the Terrace community and the abundance of Arsenal fans we have. This notion that you're out of the title race is wrong. This notion that suddenly you can't win the Premier League, it's all over, it's a nonsense to me. It is a big blow. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
But Man City have had no real injuries this year, and you're 5 points ahead of them. They're going to get injuries at some point this season as well. You are going to probably go into the January market and buy additional players that are going to help improve your team. So I've just been a little bit disappointed in some Arsenal fans that have had this notion of it's over, it's done, it's dusted. Let's just focus on top four qualification, which is already done, by the way. You have already qualified, not mathematically, but no team's ever had this many points at any point in English football history and then dropped outside the top four, even before top four was a Champions League qualification. So you're going to make it. And I just think Arsenal fans have got to, if you really back, my view is this, if you really back Mikel Arteta, if you really have been that impressed with the overall team this year, one player doesn't make such a huge difference that you can now have this 10, 15, 20-point swing and Man City are going to run away with the league. I just don't buy it. Arsenal have been too good. Arsenal have been too strong, too consistent this year for one injury. One injury. And by the way, rivals giving you crap. This is the man that didn't score since the beginning of October, and they told everybody, that he's trash, he's washed, he ain't as good as Richarlison, he's overrated, he just presses a lot. Now suddenly they're bantering you, and Arsenal fans should look at that and go, well, they know how good we are.
Yeah, I think that, Jesus, there's no way to put it other than he's been transformational for us. But Arsenal fans need to get real. We didn't have Thomas Partey for, I think, 4 games, and we only lost one of those games, and that was away from home at Old Trafford.
Who's that against?
Who's that against? United.
Hey.
So it's not like all is lost. There's points will be dropped, but also points will be won. This is a team that without Gabriel Jesus, without Saliba, without Zinchenko, won 21 games last season. So they can do it, and I just feel like we just need to be we need to hold the club to a higher standard and hold the players that we're always talking about are the best in their position, second best in their position, best on form, whatever should be team of the season. Hold them up and say, we can still do it,
Couldn't agree with you more on that. In terms of January, what do you feel needs to be done by the Cronkies, by Edu, irrespective of the injury of Gabriel Jesus? But do you think that it should be business as usual, look for that wide attacker, the Mudriks of this world, another DM? Or do you think you should explore the striker market now?
I don't think anything really needs to change. I've been very consistent on that. We just need a versatile attacker. I don't even think it needs to be a winger. It needs to be somebody that can play across the front three. So that could be anybody like a Ferran Torres, a João Felix. It could be, I know you guys are informed, but like a Gakpo or something like that. Somebody that can also operate out wide, because beyond Gabriel Jesus, who will come back at some point in the season, you still don't have good depth in wide positions for the likes of Martinelli and Saka. So if you think about timeline-wise, Jesus comes back, he's going to start games, he's going to be our starting number 9. The last thing you want is like a complete number 9, a regular number 9 just sitting there on the bench that you spent money on potentially that can't really deputize for Saka or Martinelli. So a versatile attacker is probably what we need, and is most likely what's going to happen. And then the DM. And then you move forward from there. I mean, I'm devastated for Gabriel Jesus. I'm devastated for Arsenal as well. But I never really sat there and thought, okay, well, the season's written off from here. And I think Arsenal fans need to not be so weak. If you want to be a title challenging team, you can't be out here talking about one injury and one dusted.
Very few teams. You've got Liverpool back in the 2019-20 season where they won the league. They did have a year where no one significant got injured for any long period of time, I think. And you'll probably find Liverpool fans go, no, actually, Henderson missed 6 games and Robertson missed 5 games here. And you probably, as non-Liverpool fans, you'll probably forget those things because although we cover it, you never remember that level of detail. But in my lifetime, every single team that has won titles, won Champions Leagues, won multiple trophies in a season, has suffered injuries, suspensions, setbacks, problems throughout the course of a season, and they have still been able, generally speaking, to go and deliver. And if you're good enough, just losing Gabriel Jesus, who, by the way, yes, he's been a catalyst. Yes, he's been instrumental in how well you played. But I would be looking at, if I was an Arsenal fan, I'd be looking at the players around him and saying, well, what have you learned from him? Surely, this is not dig at Saka, this is hypothetical, but surely, Saka, you're not going to stop pressing now because Jesus is in the stands.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, even if you've looked at like Saka's performances and Martinelli's performances in this World Cup, they have gone up a level, probably from playing with Gabriel Jesus. He's taught him some things, but they will still have those same skills. Like, it's not just going to dwindle away. By the way, Eddie Nketiah, as much as we don't rate him, 5 goals in 7 Premier League starts. So he's somebody that, playing with the better team, he can score goals. Is he the same as Gabriel Jesus?
Yeah.
No, he's not. But everybody has a drop-off from their first player to their second player. The only team that has that level of depth is Man City, in my opinion. It's very difficult to have the same level at every single position. So it's about the team just rising.
No, I totally agree. And I don't know how many minutes we are into this video right now. How many minutes are we in? We're 8 minutes in, which is cool. And the reason I say that is because I can't. Normally when I record at home, people, I have a timer in front of me. But if you're 8 minutes in, you've already probably made your mind up about our opinions. And I really want to know what you think and what you feel in the comments section below about Arsenal's title chances. But I stand by what I said earlier on in this video. In my opinion, you're still going to win the league. This injury has not moved the needle enough for me. And my whole reason for thinking you were going to win the league was how well you've been playing. But on top of that, it was all surrounded by what you do in January. Nothing changes. You had that quality midfielder in. You had that versatile attacker that you've mentioned in that comes in and actually, has the same impact as the majority of Mikel Arteta's signings, moves you to that next level. Then you have a genuine chance. And I believe Arsenal are going to do it. I believe Arsenal are going to stop the three-peat. And I'm desperate for you to win it. I'm desperate for you to win it. People think it's because I'm a Gooner, and they don't see the Man United angle.
Yeah.
The Man United angle is...
It's all about Man United.
Well, it is for me. Like, it's... I don't want City equaling our record of 3 Premier League titles on the bounce. It's very important to me that... The same as every true Arsenal fan...
Loves when we stay invincible.
Well, exactly.
Baby.
Yeah, but you do. Every time a really good team looks like they could potentially do it. They win their first 10 of 11 games, they look dangerous, and they suddenly lose a match. Every single Arsenal fan on planet Earth goes... Oh, cool.
I still think Watford to this day. Thank you.
No, exactly, absolutely. So look, we want your views and we want your opinions. Jess, always a pleasure to speak to you about Arsenal, about everything relating to football. Until next time, everybody, take care. Goodbye. God bless. And we'll see you all again soon. Thank you.